guys, I'm Bobby Rio, this is Rob Judge, and we've got another video for you today. Today we want to talk about 3 things that you might be doing that when you eliminate, makes a girl a lot hornier.
Yeah, these are 3 pretty common behaviors that I think we've all been guilty of at some point in our dating careers.
No! So the first mistake is trying too hard. And I have a kind of a saying that though the person who tries harder holds less power. And the ironic thing, though, is that when a woman's holding the power, it's pretty much impossible for her to bang you. It goes against her nature. And she can pick up on this very quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's almost like women have a sixth sense for this. Like, if you could see, I mean, I'm sure as a guy you've seen when someone, maybe at your job or just a friend you had in high school who really, really wants to impress you or wants to be your friend, a lot of times they'll go out of their way to do it. You kind of pick up on it, and sometimes it's a little flattering, but usually it comes off either a little annoying, and what always ends up happening is you usually lose respect for that person. You realize that person sees you as having more value than them, and you kind of know that they're your bitch.
Bitch is running wild,
you had once said something that I thought was really, really key. You told me a technique you do with girls, and you said that, relating to try harder, it's like one of the things that a guy falls into is, let's say you're on a date with a girl or you approach a girl and you're talking to her. The guy generally feels like he's got to keep the conversation going, and he works at coming up with the stuff. And what you had said, which I thought was really, kind of genius, was just sit back and make her be the one to think of things to say. And that gets her trying harder. And what I like about the idea of getting a girl to try harder is it kind of plants something in her mind. When she's like trying, it's like a little voice in her head is going, I must really like this guy. Like, why am I trying so hard?
It's so true, and that's the thing. I mean, as a guy, when those wheels are spinning in your head, it's usually because you're so afraid of that awkward moment. You're so afraid of like there being that silence, and you think that silence is gonna be some kind of vacuum that's gonna suck out all her attraction. But in actuality, it's almost like a game of chicken, where if you can just kind of hold the line a little bit and be comfortable with that silent moment, she's gonna feel the exact same feeling, and then she's gonna scramble to what can I say to fill in this moment? Because I want to keep this guy's attention. I want to keep this guy talking to me. So a lot of the times, guys just need to like chill out, relax, and just take a deep breath and maybe count to 3 in your head, and you'll be surprised at how many times she's the one who's if you're playing chicken, she's the one to serve out of the way. She's the one who's to break that silence, and when she does, you hold more power.
I love that chicken metaphor. The next thing you want to eliminate is the nervous insecurity, the tics, the things that you can spot. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when you go out next time, pay attention to guys, especially guys that are like not with the girl, the guy that's trying. And you'll notice that there's certain things that guys do. Maybe it's like your voice. I know that, I'm a naturally shy person. I've been introverted throughout my life, and it was like, for me, being in front of a woman and having to kind of assert myself was very hard in the beginning. So when I got in front of a girl I was attracted to, my voice would kind of go lower, like almost like I was hiding, like I was afraid to assert my voice in front of a woman because I wasn't confident enough.
It's funny you bring that up, because actually, I suffered from a very similar problem, but actually it was the exact opposite. My voice tends to go higher, and I've coached students, and again, I've seen guys go on both ends of the spectrum, but a lot of the times you'll hear guys, their voice ends an octave up, almost as if they're asking a question. So they're like, oh, how are you doing? Oh, so how's your night going? Oh, I like that too. And and that octave up really kind of gives away the fact that like you're really trying hard to supplicate to her, to appease her. Whereas and again, I had to really consciously think about this for a long time. But I'd be on dates, be like, oh, how's your night going? How do you like that? What's going on? And that's a way more attractive vocal tonality than, hey, how's your night going? What's going on? Because you can just hear the nervousness. I can't even do it without feeling like weird and like, ugh. So that's the thing. So get yourself in the habit of just, I always call it ending your sentences with a hard period. So you're just like, hey, like, how's your night going? Even if you're asking a question, even if you're asking her what her job is, you're like you could ask, so what do you do? Or you'd be like, what do you do? What do you do? And that vocal tonality, that flirty vocal tonality, that sort of like hard period, is going to get her to be like, ooh, like, I like this guy. Whereas rather than like, oh, I'm just going to answer this cheese balls question.
Yeah. So the third thing that you might be doing that you need to eliminate is letting a woman take the lead. And this one, way too many people do. I was guilty of this myself. And I'll give you an example of how this works in reality. So maybe, you know, it could be on the most subtle level. It could be letting her, you get in the car and you say to her, what radio station do you like? And putting on the radio station she likes. It could be when you ask a girl out saying, so where do you want to go? Where, you know, what are you in the mood for? You're putting the ball in her court. You're making her make the decision. And what happens is it kind of begins to turn into how the dynamic is. So what happens is later on in the night, she's going to be the one saying, let's go here, let's do this. And once she establishes herself in the more masculine role, her attraction for you plummets. I mean, there's no easy way to say it.
Yeah, that's like a one-way trip to the friend zone.
Yeah.
One-way ticket.
You know, it manifests itself in a lot of different ways. But you, right from the beginning of the date, the interaction, the encounter, need to establish yourself as the one who is making the decisions, who's leading it. And, you know, just going back to the simple thing, when you get in the car, don't worry. I mean, you know, it's very hard and to kind of feel like, well, what if she doesn't like it? What if I plan a sushi date and she doesn't like sushi? What if I get in the car and I put on Pearl Jam and she likes house music? Is she going to not like me? No. She's going to like you more for making the decision. Don't worry about it. And in fact, own whatever it is. If you get in the car and you love rap, blast the rap and enjoy it, bob your head to it. And you know what? Even if she doesn't like it, she's going to appreciate the fact that you're enjoying, you know, that you do.
Absolutely, and I'm sure everyone watching probably has a friend that is into something that they might not be into, but they're so passionate about it and the way that they talk about it and the way that they just sort of interact with whatever medium, whether it's like a style of movie or it's a style of music or whatever it is, you know, some kind of quirk in their personality, that it just, because it's them, it just makes them a part of who they are, and you couldn't imagine them not doing that thing. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, what Bobby's saying, when you're leading with your personality. You're leading with your interest, with what is unique to you, and that's really what she wants to see. She doesn't really care about, you know, if she wanted to just like do whatever she wanted, she wouldn't have gone on a date with you. If she wanted to drink appletinis and you know, listen to house music, that she would have done it by herself. She's on a date with you because she wants to see your personality, and you really have to like kind of own that and take confidence in that. And just when you show up to that date, if she doesn't like it, she'll let you know. If she really doesn't eat raw fish, she's going to let you know. But otherwise, just assume that whatever you like, she's going to enjoy. Not so much because it's the greatest thing ever, but because it's coming from you.
Exactly. And, you know, kind of rude, me and Rob recorded another video earlier. I don't know if you watched it yet, but in the video I talked about tennis, how I went on this date and the girl never called me back, but we had talked about tennis. And it kind of, you know, in that video I talked about how I made mistakes. And that sort of encapsulated everything, because I didn't like tennis. I didn't want to play tennis. That was her thing. And I was like, oh, want to teach me how to play tennis. And like I was like letting her lead, whereas it should have been me going, hey, this is what I enjoy. Why don't you come? I'll set up a date. I'll take you here. I'll show you how to do this. But I was letting her, you know, teach me tennis, which I had I was trying too hard. So the final mistake is just not knowing what women chase. So what me and Rob did was, you know, there are 4 things that really drive women wild. We call them the 4 horsemen of the chase. And these are the kind of things that if you, like, dangle them in front of a girl, they go ape shit trying to chase you. And what we did was we put a little longer video together. You can click the link below where we walk you through the 4 horsemen of the chase and also a sneaky little mind game that we call the scrambler.
You know, this has been such like an important part of my dating life for the last, you know, couple of years, and it's brought me so much success. It's so awesome to be sharing this with you guys. Yeah,
I almost don't like sharing the scrambler because I know that like I'm gonna get an email or a phone call from a girl that I used it on. Are you?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But check it out and let us know what you think. You can leave a comment below. There's the link to the video. You'll learn the 4 horsemen of the chase, and you'll also get a little glimpse into the scrambler. So check it out.
Perfect.